Good evening, hello and welcome. I am the Netherlad, and today we're going to do something exciting. We are going to have the premiere of the Scion campaign, Divinity Reborn. I am so excited to be playing this with my friends Alvrens, who is also the storyteller, as well as Minjof and Keistreth. So thank you all so much for hanging out here and coming to watch. I'm really excited to get into it. Without further ado, I am going to jump into the Discord call and see how my friends are doing. Hello.
I could throw this
Probably.
down.
Hello.
Wouldn't throw it very well, but I could throw it.
You good? Alright.
So are we ready?
Looks like streams are going. People have got the important stuff of character stuff that I've that I care about. So if I ask you to roll, it makes sense. So yeah, I think
Hopefully.
we're good.
Hopefully.
Good.
Just a brief overview of the sheets, though, real quick. For the rolling, it's in that little roll attribute skill. So I'll just tell you the attribute
Right
and the
under
skill.
right above where the skills are.
Right under your player information. And you just click the drop menu and then click the dice there.
Good.
Alright. Excellent. Okay. Oh. I lied. I'm not ready. I don't have a map of London open.
Oh no.
Get the opening to EastEnders. It's fine.
London, resume your journey. Okay. Doesn't fucking screw that. Screw you, Google.
Why do we have circles here?
Oh, yeah, I can actually go over that while I'm looking for a thing of London. These, because Scion uses range bands for stuff, these are going to represent where you can or where you might need to attack when it comes to that type of role.
Let me actually show
For
that.
example, yeah, I'm gonna grab Lou and Virginia here real quick. With they're in this yellow circle, they can attack in melee range just fine. If Virginia goes out here, Virginia has to use a rage thing or move in and attack. And then depending on the equipment, you can be 2 range bands out, etc. If you're 4 range bands away from somebody, you're using specialized equipment, and if you're 5 range bands out, you are using like global positioning services and stuff like that. But as long as if the range bands are like this, then either one of them can move in and start beating the hell out of each other with their fists. Type of thing, but you're only 1 range band away. Alright. But yeah, that's generally what it is. Speed's normally used for chases. That's about it, unfortunately.
Because I was about to ask if my speed is higher, is my range band bigger?
It definitely would make some things easier for you to accomplish with a higher speed, like complex actions and stuff like that, but we'll address that and if I need to make house rules on the fly when you guys are beating people up. Okay. We don't need that and that. Okay. Oh geez. London is freaking huge.
It's also a fucking mess.
It is a mess.
This town was invented before roads.
Okay. Well, so as we get started for the day, just to kind of do a brief overview of regards to Scion for those of us that may be coming from Chronicles. Scion is kind of like a lighter version of Chronicles. It's still urban fantasy, uses a lot of the same mechanics and similar system. But rather than being monsters of the dark, you are children or chosen of gods. And with this in mind, it kind of makes it so that way there's less of a less of a need of a masquerade. People are pretty aware that gods and godly beings and deities and stuff like that exist. Just sometimes they tend to ignore it and move on, type of thing, opposed to interacting with them. But yeah, yeah.
So wait,
It's
normal people are aware of fine beings?
yes,
Okay.
yes. So, like, if a dog comes over and starts talking to a regular person, they're probably like, "Whoa, wait, what?" Right, Kushier thing,
Hmm. Hmm.
type of thing. You would take them for a loop, but it's definitely not
It's
as
an uncommon
impactful.
experience,
Hmm.
but certainly not impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But with that in mind, it's a cloudy day on this day in the world of 2020X. And we have. We'll start with noon. It's probably about noon or early afternoon in regards to the day. For whatever reason, either because I don't remember how long you've had gone. Maybe you're thinking to
Couple
talk
weeks.
a couple weeks. Maybe it's worth talking to somebody about it. But for maybe it's just going forward and helping at the Ginkama soup kitchen.
Hmm.
But yeah, we can start with you. What does Lou look like?
Blue Jin very much looks like the art I made with Hero Forge that's down there. Is Chinese of Chinese descent. Uh, very athletic, but also like not huge.
A lean muscle.
Yeah. Uh, average height, short black hair, and his clothes generally look like he's had them for a while and could probably do with some new ones at some point.
And accompanying Lou is
Gone.
Gone. Yeah.
If
Gone
you've ever,
is
if you've ever like seen any movie set in China, or like a lot of Chinese places will have these little stone dog lions that sit outside the the place. It's one of them. It's just following him around.
okay. And as you go forward and step into Ginkama, you see to you the familiar open floor design of the room that's set up similar to that of a cafeteria. There are quite a few people here, either working or using the facilities. You do recognize that a counter near the rear of this room sits in front of a large door type thing. Since you volunteered here before, you know that beyond that door is the
Volunteered and been a
kitchen.
customer here before.
hmm and stuff like that. But you head in. You see, looking young today, a woman of Japanese descent, um, who's being long, dark hair. Sometimes, depending on who's coming in or who's trying things, mischievous glint to her eyes. But right now, it's just more that she's being helpful. And she looks forward and waves before getting back to the attention of the people in front of her, making sure that they've got food at the moment. You recognize this woman as Chie Oishi. She is the proprietor of this kitchen.
If she looks at me, I'll wave, but I'll wait for her to be done with whatever she's doing.
So
Just kind of stand awkwardly with this stone dog sitting next to me.
So she finishes up, and this elderly individual nods, thanks her, takes his food, and moves forward. And she wipes her hands, wipes down the counter a little bit. Goes, well, it's been a long time since I've seen you, Lou. How you doing?
Oh, it's things have been busy. Lot of job interviews and shit.
Oh, that's good to hear. It's good to hear. You coming by to give us a hand today, or?
If you need it.
Okay. If you head out into the back, I know I told Virginia to kind of make sure that stuff around that extra door is kind of cleared. For the moment, we are expecting a delivery later today, but at least for the moment, I think we just kind of finished up, at least probably for the next half hour or hour or so before more people come back in. And she kind of looks forward and goes, did you get a new pet?
There's a moment where Lou's face just sort of sets more in stone than Gantus does. He's just kind of half smile and he's like, apparently.
Kind of nods for a little bit. More to herself than anything.
It just keeps following me around.
Well, perhaps it's a sign of good things to come.
I hope so. Be nice to have one of those once in a while.
As long as we're here, we'll share the fortune where we can. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and finish cleaning up here and just make sure stuff, boxes, things are out of the way. I don't know how many people are coming today, so
Right. Go help them.
as you go into the back, it is a moderately sized kitchen. There's the doorways to the pantry. There are 3 doors, 2 of which go outside, and one of which has been kind of painted around, and it has kind of like a Tory Gate motif to it at the moment. It used to be a small closet of some kind. But back here you see various people, one of which is Virginia. Virginia, if you would like to introduce yourself.
Yeah, of course. So Virginia is rather short individual, about 1 meter 50 or 5 foot. She has white hair with blue-green streaks through it. Currently wearing kind of like a crop top and a leather jacket with just some jeans underneath, sneakers. Currently, she's helping out to clear this area, as Miss Chie has asked. Looking up, she notices Lou, just nods. Been a while.
People keep telling me. Need a hand?
Yeah, sure. Points at one of the crates that are still here. That actually needs to get to the pantry. And picks up a somewhat smaller box of her own. To get that ready, get that sorted.
Love the hair, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. There's this salon nearby. They do good stuff.
Oh, cool.
I'm thinking going red next time, but
Red's a good color. Lou says, not looking at his own shit. And then he picks up the box.
It's an easy enough task. I mean, I think what you're physically fit. You're physically adapted. It's crates moving around.
I have an athletics of 4
You've
and
had
and a might of 3.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I think taking a look at it. Yeah, you guys kind of get through
I'm
this.
only slightly
with-
less athletic.
But As you guys start clearing the way, we kind of go forward away from, or rather, go out away from the hustle and bustle of modern times to a world that's kind of a lighter parallel of ours, as Omnos is leading druids through Terra Incognita, which works probably similar to the Nether or the End in Minecraft, with the walking so many spaces walks more spaces in reality. Omnos, this has been a trip you've made a few times at this point, type of thing. You have a few of the druids that have accompanied you, carrying some of the stuff. I believe you're probably carrying things as well. If I recall correctly, you are Strunk.
I do
Um,
believe so, yeah.
mhm. um, One of which is a younger looking fellow that's probably been helping you out, kind of adjusting things, stuff like that. And, his name is Reese. Reese. Oh,
Is
my
what that?
brain is
Reese.
making like Reese. Thank you. My brain is like, there's an H there. You need to emphasize the H. It's like, no, you don't.
No, the H doesn't exist. Don't worry about it.
Um, but eventually, you guys do come across a what on this side probably looks like a probably doorway and set in stone type of thing, just a regular door type of thing. But yeah, uh, that you could open and head on out if you wanted to, or have a conversation.
Um, no, I think I'm just focused on my task, so.
What does Omnos look like, out of curiosity?
Pretty tall. Above average height. Uh, Shortcut, blonde hair. Uh, Greenish eyes. Green bluish eyes. Um, I personally don't really know what is traditional clothing for modern druids, though, so.
Yeah, you've been around some
Simple.
time. You could go for the druid look, or for the more historic look from your home, or maybe you found a shopping mall and was like, oh my god, this is amazing. If you wanted to, doesn't matter.
No, I
But
think I think he would dress fairly traditionally, so probably some sort of robes and uh, stuff like that. Um, so it looks a little bit out of place, I suppose, but gotta remember your past or try, anyways.
um, yeah.
But yeah, like he does look a little bit different in expression-wise from the other monks. I would say he has more. There's slightly perhaps less kindness to his features than to the rest. He doesn't look unpleasant. Just there's something,
Kind
a
of like
discontent or something.
a less intense Al Landment Oregon.
Yeah,
I get you.
exactly.
But yeah, so as you approach this door, you set down your load briefly, grabbing your what's called a memento from your pocket and placing it against the doorknob. Um, and as you open, Virginia and Lou, you see the door swing outwards into what looks like untouched by modern hands land type of thing, kind of like a doorway into elsewhere type of thing, with probably about half dozen to a dozen druids being led by this strong, stony looking figure. You've probably seen Virginia once or twice, um, type of thing, carrying what are what are crates and ingredients from what is referred to as Anglesey, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, the island off the northwest coast of Wales.
Anglesey.
Anglesey. Thank you. Gonna have to do that a lot this campaign, I feel.
It's okay, don't worry.
We'll get through it together.
I can't speak Welsh very well, but I can pronounce any word in it.
Perfect. I was going to use the other word for it. It's like, I don't want to deal with that many Y's right now.
Don't.
But yeah, seeing this doorway into what was it called again?
The place itself is Terra Incognita.
Yes. Seeing this doorway appearing and going out into vast, untouched wilderness. I think, having done this several times before, Virginia bows to the druids.
I think having never seen anything like this before, Lou almost drops the box.
I will
on
try
their
and
knee.
like also try and support that, but turns
That's
to
not
the
London.
that is not London. No, it isn't. Turning to the druids, I bow. I say, we humbly thank you for the gifts that we're receiving from you, and then starts helping unloading the crates into what I think is the real world.
Yeah, they come in and they give you a hand type thing, closing the door behind them as to just in case someone decides to come in and doesn't get lost somewhere in Narnia.
Lou just kind of stares through the doorway until it closes. It's like, huh. Okay.
It's a thing, Lou.
Yeah. Looks at it gone. I've seen a few things.
Yeah, you have to tell me about that one.
Showed up one day. That's it. That's the entire story.
Okay. What'd you do, or maybe someone else did something? Do you know? There's got to be something more.
He just shrugs like, I don't know.
Really? Oh.
I mean, I beat a guy up with a bicycle, but that's not really.
Also, once
Wait,
I
did
shouldn't
the
have
guy
done
have a
that.
bicycle, or did you beat him up with said bicycle?
Okay, technically it was like 3 guys, but they were coming at me, so
Okay.
I'm
Interesting.
gonna go put this box away.
We're not done, Lou. And I say, like,
Take the
carry,
box away.
and I carry another
Heavy.
crate. I know.
Ogmos, you wanted to say something? Omnos?
well, once I've put away what I've been carrying, I think I'd approach the most interesting thing present, which would be the rock dog, and well, hunch down
And sits
to look at
completely
it.
still,
Hmm.
and it's kind of staring at you. Probably.
Yeah, and there would be like this head tilt of this is interesting. I have not seen this before. And I have seen things before.
Even in Terra Incognita, where like sometimes people will come by or have come by and taken a look at things, heaven in regards to the Shen is actually layered above our world type of thing.
So
So
literally in the clouds.
so it is definitely not just a, oh, this is something interesting that I probably haven't seen before. It's, no, you haven't seen anything like this, which is type of thing at all.
And again, like I've seen stuff
Mhm.
passing by, so seeing something new, that's always interesting. And eventually, looking up at present people pointing at the dog, and I'll go like, "What is this?"
It's his, and I point at Lou as I
So
get to get another crate.
I I think it's a. I think the English term for it is foolion.
And Omnis just nods to himself, and then
Foo dog. It's confusing sometimes. Like I said, don't know why it's here. Don't know where it came from. Just keeps following me around.
well, usually happens for a reason.
I hope to learn it someday. Stares at the dog. Dog does not move.
I think I also would like kneel next to the dog, and
It's when you kneel down next to him, his head kind of turns a little robotically to stare at you.
I will just attempt to like scratch behind the ear if that's possible with a rock dog.
Feels like it's made of rocks.
Huh. Do I notice any like reaction from the dog?
Its mouth opens and you feel like it would be panting if it breathed.
Hmm. I guess I'll keep doing that then. Feels
Suppose
odd.
I suppose he likes beard scratches.
Wait, you didn't know that before?
He likes head pats too.
Okay, and I'll do some. What's his? Their name?
I've been calling it Gone.
Gone.
Seemed,
Huh.
seemed appropriate for like it's supposed to be sort of guardian creature thing, so
I mean,
I think it means bravery or something.
huh. Okay. Neat.
Same more stuff to deal with?
Right. Gets back up, picks up another crate.
As you guys are doing that, Reese looks to Omnos and goes, I'm gonna go talk with the proprietor real quick, make sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed for everyone's records. If you want to hang out for a little bit or take a look around, probably might take a little bit, at least a little bit of time. Uh, yeah, and then he kind of looks at Virginia. He's like, "You're normally here. You want to come up in case you need somebody to watch the front?"
Miss Oishi is near the reception.
Right, but in case we gotta go back and find paperwork and stuff like that, just if not, that's cool too. Just figured I'd ask. And Reese kind of nods and steps out towards the front. Um, eventually he does return with Miss Oishi, and she looks and she goes, "There's someone out there looking for you, Virginia. Are you bringing that other business here?"
Um, it shouldn't. Like I'm looking up some archives. Just shrugs and heads off.
Back at the front, this person that's probably looking for you is um, definitely probably is doing their best to kind of keep about it. They look a bit stressed, wringing their hands, type of thing, looking
Hmm.
around. Um, and as they kind of look forward or at you, they don't seem to recognize you, but they are kind of like, "Is this the person I'm supposed to talk to for a moment?"
Do I recognize
Um,
them?
uh, if you want to make a roll on it, that would be, given that their skills, I think, general people check. Go ahead and make that an intellect and culture or empathy check. I'll try to roll that.
Culture or empathy?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's make that an intellect culture check.
All right.
And that is. And now
Three
I have.
successes.
Now I have the opportunity to bring up the rolls. That is 3 successes. So I rolled an 8, and a 9.
Nice, nice, nice. Um, you know, given your particular background in regards to taking a look at these, this is a person who kind of does their best. They kind of have a little bit of a small in comparison startup company. They're probably, um, at best upper, lower, or lower middle class related things.
Mm-hmm.
This individual is doing like they look out for their people. That much you do know. Somebody kind of gives like when they send people out about it. Their name is Nani, Nani. This young individual. Um,
Hmm.
and whatever it is that's got them under the thing, they look very irritated and mildly anxious.
Excuse me, can I help you?
Yes, I was told that I could find, and she kind of looks around and is like, somebody that does favors for some people.
Kind of glancing
I really
around to
don't know.
see. I'm glancing around to see if there's anyone other than this person.
There's a couple of people who also help out around that are kind of cleaning up,
Mm-hmm.
making sure most of the patrons at the moment don't need anything, and there are a decent few patrons before the lunch type of thing.
All right. Um,
I'm sorry, I don't really know how to do something like this.
no worries. I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering if you have a name of the person that mentioned something.
The name of the person that mentioned something, it was more kind of like through the grapevine.
Hmm. I see.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we, uh, why don't we take a bit of a walk
Okay.
just around the building? Kind of keeping a couple of steps distance from was Nani man, woman, myth,
It appears feminine.
feminine. Okay.
I refer to myself as a myth from now on.
um, I will walk with Nani, and
Mhm.
also you're here. You have something you need help with?
So, I don't know how much that word gets around in regards to things, but what had happened was since my company's kind of taking off, we were looking at getting a company car of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my employees had mentioned a place where you could kind of get a vehicle that for relatively cheap in regards to things, and I can't exactly spring for a lot of money right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave them however much that I thought was good for it and sent them off to the place. And it was fine for about um 6 weeks, 2 months, something like that. And then it started having a lot of problems, and we went forward and started talking about it or comparing notes, and it turned out that this person, this company kind of does that in every aspect to everyone that they've done.
Okay.
But when people or police or things kind of go forward, they have the as is, no warranties. Like, technically speaking, legally, it's above the board, but taking a look at some of the stuff, it's
Hmm.
definitely not so great, you know?
I see.
And generally, I understand that it was a business venture, and it was my call in regards to it. And more than getting my stuff back, I'm more worried about this person doing it to other people who may not be quite in the same area that I'm at.
I see. Have you heard of other, like you've mentioned, like this is doesn't seem like a one-off thing.
For me, it is,
For
but
you, it
I
is.
did
Mm-hmm.
look at it on my own. Give me just a moment, and they pull out their phone,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of Google the place in regards to it. It's called Action Auto. Um, and it's got 3 stars. And the reason why it has 3 stars is because it's an average of blank 5-star reviews
Okay.
and a lot of people with grievances and 1-star reviews.
I see. Okay. I will check one or two of the blank 5-star reviews to see if there's like any other reviews that they've made.
This will be a relatively easy one. This sounds fun, so why don't you roll me a cunning and technology check?
Cunning technology. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I luckily have some technology.
Luckily, there isn't the penalty for not being trained, unlike Chronicles.
That
So,
is true. 2 successes.
uh,
A 10 and a 9.
nice, nice. With the with 2 successes, I was putting it at 1 there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as you're taking a look through the 5-star reviews, there's a few of them that
Mm-hmm.
have some other reviews, but these businesses that have them,
Mm-hmm.
they're blank profiles, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, something that you notice about them is they're all for businesses that normally have poor reviews regardless, all around the same area.
Ah, yeah, okay,
Okay.
that makes a ton of sense. Okay, so, I will also check out the other 1-star reviews.
The 1-star reviews, these are like won't make you roll again on
Mm-hmm.
2 successes. The 1-star reviews in and of themselves, the thing about them is they are full profiles, with maybe the
Mm-hmm.
exception of a couple.
Okay.
They are very detailed grievances.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they may like some people do have more reviews on there.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them that don't is I've literally never done this before, but people need to know.
Yes, okay. And what kind of grievances are they? Are they to do with, like, customer service, quality of the merchandise, the products?
Customer service stuff seems to be neutral. It's
Hmm.
mostly merchandise. Like there's some people that it's just like this guy was a dick this day. There are other people that's like, well, he was personable if a
Mm-hmm.
bit crass type of thing.
Okay.
Um, in regards to the service, uh, majority of the stuff is within a couple of months the transmission of the vehicle was starting to slip, had issues type of thing. I had issues
Hmm.
having to go up in an automatic, having it to have to shift up in gears type of thing. Timing belts were off. like following up with these like types of like following up with my own mechanic or my uncle who was a mechanic. We found out some other issues with this type of thing.
Okay. And it does look like Virginia has some knowledge of electrical engineering. Doesn't directly translate to mechanical engineering such as cars and stuff, but would I be able to tell like the what's the word? The breadth of these problems seem like not so much an issue of maintenance, but rather like these parts needed to be replaced.
That would be an intellect and pilot check, I'd say.
An intellect and pilot check.
Because piloting itself is what's the driving check type of thing.
Okay. Fair enough. Like I have the specialty electrical and engineering. I was just wondering if it also fell into technology.
So generally, because of how this sheet works, rather than
Mhm.
making roll dice, if you have a specialty in something,
Mhm.
it's going to give you an automatic 1 enhancement type of thing.
That is an extra
and
success, or
Correct. That is an extra success on your roll type of thing.
I see.
I'm assuming that's an extra success if you succeed the roll.
Yeah, because if I'm making you roll, it's you have to get a minimum of you'll have to get a success on there. There are exceptions in the book that it mentions in like some knacks where it says this applies before the roll type of
Okay.
thing. But yeah.
Well, an intellect pilot check is 0 successes and 2 1s.
Okay. That would be what's considered a botch roll, but there isn't really anything that I can do to kind of throw out a botch in regards to this. So normally this would kind of be the equivalent of a nat 1 if your DM did the nat 1 on skill checks type of thing.
Fair.
But I think what it is as you're kind of taking a look at this, and it's with some of the stuff regarding the mechanical aspect of it, it's a bit tough. I think you know that maybe if you get a moment and you want to follow up with them to kind of get more information, the Whitblades might know more about actual mechanics than this.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like I've seen them work on the fortress, so.
Someone in there, in the Whitblades.
Yeah, like they're not all mechanics, but one of them definitely is. Probably not Olaf though.
No.
Looking over to her, Virginia will probably like say, "What do you want done?"
Preventing them from being able to do this would be great. Honestly, I think maybe the best thing to do might be to try to find some paperwork or something to try to get it like, oh yeah, these guys are breaking laws here type of thing to try to drive them out.
That's kind of the idea I was imagining myself.
Everything above the board, everything else, that's just bonuses. I mean, they have to keep the stuff for the records about it. You've seen some of these reviews here. You know how to look up those. If you feel in the kindness of your heart you can get the money, then maybe make sure that they get their money back, because I know what it's like to be in that type of situation.
Okay.
But as for me, I just want this guy gone, taking advantage of poor people.
Understandable.
Is it unfortunate? You know, either way, I guess.
What is it you do, if I may ask?
Oh, and because I didn't think so much about Nani stuff, because I've been balancing a lot of things, Nani kind of explains that they've been working on A lot of hospitality related things, whether that's making sure that the elderly have means to get from one place to another,
Mm-hmm.
or depending on the type of season in regards to it, maybe uh, driving people to and from. I don't know if they have these over there, but like school functions, like get-togethers and stuff
Okay.
like that. Like we have dances here in the U.S. type of thing.
So
Yeah,
transport.
we've inherited prom from you.
Okay.
Um, like
Blame America for it.
Virginia is immediately going like, okay, if I do this, what will I be able to get out of this? And so one of the things that she definitely hears is Nani can offer transport.
Mhm. And Nani themselves is somebody that's not necessarily decently well off, but if monetary things are what you're seeking, Nani can look at providing things or give favors themselves, type of thing. Like they will
Yeah,
figure something out.
yeah. Virginia is never really one for like big monetary exchanges. She tends to lose money very quickly. Um, so her own coin is a godsend. No pun intended. Actually, pun intended. Yeah, definitely. Um,
Good one though.
thank you. Um, she thinks about it for a moment. Says, "This is a big one, so I can't really promise anything just yet. I would need to do a little bit of research. At least. But it does sound like a worthwhile cause. I wouldn't want anyone to get involved in this sort of business any more than they have to. So, why don't we meet up in, say, 2 days' time and discuss some more things? And I'll be
Okay.
able to get some information in the meanwhile.
What I will say is if you do choose to go forward with this, I don't know any of this for certain. I've heard that the owner of that place is tied up with some pretty nasty people.
Hmm. I
So
see.
it might be a good idea to get some help. I don't know how much, I don't know what you do. I just want to make sure that since you are doing this for me, that you are safe.
I tend to be able to help myself, but I'll take it under advisement. And immediately my thoughts go to Lou.
Who's currently in the back staring at that door like, how does it work?
How does it work? Fucking
Has Lou
magnets.
tried to open the door out of
Fucking
curiosity?
magic, how does it work? Nah, not yet. They're just like,
Okay.
how does it work? Well, just absent-mindedly doing whatever chores people need help with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um. Yeah. With that, I'll ask Nani to come visit in 2 days' time. Same time, probably.
Hmm. The lovely young lady at the counter did seem kind of upset when I mentioned things.
Right.
Do you
Okay.
wanna?
Um. Yeah, she's not necessarily a fan. There's a cafe down the street.
Sounds good.
Give her uh, I'll give them the name. It's kind of like probably like a struggling cafe that has to deal with the Starbuckses and the other chain cafes.
Okay. All right. But yeah, so That is settled for the moment.
Mhm.
Did Omnos or Lou want to do anything while Virginia was having this conversation?
Well, I mean, aside from stacking and carrying boxes, you mean?
Yeah.
Lou will at some
Yeah.
point just kind of end up next to our nurse and just say, "How's it all work?
How's what work?
The door."
Oh, the door. Do I even know how that properly works? Or is it
You
more
do.
like this is home, so I mean this is just what I do?
You do. At least for you. What you have to do is create mementos type of thing. So what you have is in your it's kind of like a key. You have a key for this door, and you have a key for the door back in Angelicine.
Hmm.
Fuck that up.
Anglesey.
Angelicine. I'm gonna write this down right
Literally,
now.
angle C.
Not to be confused with angle A or angle B.
Literally the sea of angles.
There, I have it written down. Okay.
Yay!
But you do have pretty much two keys that kind of get you from one area to the other one. So generally speaking, you know right now that if you open that door, it's just going to be a small closet. But if you use your memento and either use it like a key itself, because it could be anything, it could be a chestnut, it could be a stick type of thing. If you do the magic with that and then you turn your door and open it, then it'll open up into Terra Incognita. And with you guys in particular, if you wanted to, you could make other mementos. It does take time to do so. You could make other mementos for like what are the equivalent of Debbie planes and things like that if you wanted like your own sanctum or something like that.
Yeah, so in that case, I'll take out the memento and be like, well, if I open the door now and open the door, show the inside, there's nothing really out of the ordinary, and then close it again, and then actually use the memento, open it again. But if I do this, and then gesture like voila.
Oh. Does it only work on that door?
I'm sorry, I
Uh,
didn't catch that.
Does it only work on that door?
Storyteller?
this particular memento will only work on that door, and specifically only for you or the people that you allow it to.
Very nice.
Yeah, this one's particular to me and this place.
That's cool. It looks like they're just having a bit of a well-me day.
Meet the stone dog. Now portals and doorways can be opened into other worlds. What the hell, man?
And with that, Omnis will close the door again and just, you know, uh,
Where's it go?
magic the memento back, you know, in
So,
on his person.
where's it go?
Oh, home.
Where's that?
Terra Incognito.
Looks like they have no idea what that means.
And Omnos will sort of have this helpless look of like, where do I even begin?
And then they will just say, fair enough.
If you want to try to get it forward, because this could be a lore thing,
Mm.
I would say this is definitely an occult skill. If you're trying to recall information, it would be intellect. If you're trying to purvey information, it would be presence. And actually, I don't know occult or academics for either of you. So recalling information would be intellect. Trying to get it out would probably be more presence type of thing to accurately put it out there. That seems fun.
Well, I mean, intellect or presence doesn't really matter for me, but let's do presence because that's
Okay.
fine and fun and occult.
Yeah. 2 successes. So it's definitely like as Omnos is trying to sit there and explain it, Lou. You actually kind of remember some of the stuff from your Aunt Mikoto. Because heaven and the kami faith is in terra incognita type of thing. And so it's kind of like it's a parallel world where gods and denizens are more out there and kind of more active in that area type of thing. It's definitely different. I don't know how much fiction that Lou's read in regards to it, but you
A
definitely
little
get
bit.
some Planeswalker or Narnia vibes type of thing as Omnos is going through and kind of explaining Terra Incognita to the best of their ability.
Okay.
And at the end of it, the explanation, he sort of shrugs. Home.
Right.
And as you finish up that conversation, Virginia, you head back inside.
Yeah, I see them see them talking. Hey, Lou,
Mm-hmm.
would you have something to do, say, today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow?
Why, you need me to pick up another shift?
Kind of a different thing. And you can tell that I am looking around to see if Miss Chie is around here.
Miss Chie is speaking with Reese at the moment,
Hmm.
probably closer to a. It's more walled off. There isn't an actual proper door to this area over in
Right.
the corner, but it's kind of walled off where a lot of the paperwork and stuff is kept, where Chie and Reese are talking.
Do I
Fair
notice
enough.
it looking around uncomfortably?
You may.
Okay. Like, am I talking
I
in the other room or?
Yeah, sure. Kind of pull him in, looking at Omnos. Like, do you have things to do in the next 48 hours?
I mean, when do the monks want to go back? That I guess is what. Or
They
monks, druids. I mean.
they
Different class.
um generally speaking, given what you are, you know for a fact that if you say, I'm staying here for the next 2 days, they'll go, okay, we'll find our own way home. Not a problem at all. That being said, normally after everything's said and done, they kind of rest, probably have a meal, and then head back afterwards. But since the thing is in a couple of days, you know that on your own, or if they're like, if it's just kind of like, oh, hey, I want to take this over there type of thing, you could probably do that as well.
Okay.
Alright,
Um,
well,
So-
in that case, I'll just sort of shrug and say, well, I got nothing important to do. I'll hear you out.
Okay. And Virginia heads, brings them to a small, is there a confined, another room that I can talk at?
you can talk in the small closet of the Terra Incognita door.
Or we can go to Terra Incognita
You
if we
could
want
go
to.
Terra Incognita.
Yeah, you can see like Virginia's trying to figure out. I can take them maybe into the alleyway next to building.
I got a better idea, and once again, with a flick of his hand, Omnos whips out the memento, which is sort of a pendant of a black cat,
Okay.
and opens the door to Terra Incognita again, and makes that sweeping bowing gesture of you guys first.
Virginia goes in.
Lou lets you go first. To see if anything happens. When nothing bad happens.
Virginia steps in, starts clutching her chest. No! It's nothing. No, it's a joke.
Heartburn.
Okay. Oh, Zedden.
Is there a nearby rock I can sit on?
And does the rock dog follow with?
Yes.
I do not want to sit on the rock dog. Let me know. Like to be absolutely.
Gun's probably strong enough to hold you up.
Probably, but I don't want
But
to be rude.
I don't think he'd appreciate being a chair.
No,
Probably not.
no. This is not the same. Like Virginia is very close to charisma, but this is a different scene to.
Also, Gun isn't as big.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. So I will try and like get comfortable in this unspoiled nature. So
it's less unspoiled nature, and it's more hasn't been touched by the hands of modernity. So like there are structures, like as you take a look behind you, because maybe you've convinced Omnos beforehand, but for example for Lou, as you take a look behind you, it is a wall with a door type of thing. It looks in a more abandoned type of area, so there are furnishings of some sort. There is a bench, there's a large enough rock or outcropping of wall to sit.
I see. Then I'll probably just lean against the wall and I say, so past, like beyond working at Ginkama, the soup kitchen, I tend to do favors for people, and they do favors in kind. Someone just came around and they said they had a bit of an issue with a car dealership, garage. Don't exactly know that it was auto.
Action Auto was the
Action
name of the
Auto.
place.
Okay. Seems like a used car place. They said they bought a car from it. It didn't work very well after a short while, and the car place kind of hides behind their terms of service, rather than like wanting to fix what the actual issue is. I've dealt with like small time things, but never really anything this big. And so what I normally do is I try and find some dirt, see if there's anything that they are up to that they don't want others to know. That would be, say, against statutes or any other laws. But given that it is a bit of a bigger fish, I don't know if I will be able to get in and get out without repercussions. So, kind of wondering if you were available to help scope it out.
Have I heard of this place?
Go ahead and roll me intellect and culture. That seems
Select culture. 2 dice.
Oh.
Let's go. Nah.
that's a shame.
Ooh. Unfortunate.
No worries. Honestly, even though you know, like with your particular history, you're familiar with a lot of people doing a lot of shady stuff. If this is somewhat related, it is buried somewhere at the fringes of this organization, type of thing.
We're just like never heard of this place. But might be
Hmm.
new.
Maybe. And also, the person who came to me, they were a little worried that given connections that this person, like this leadership has, that it might be a little dangerous.
You take it.
Dangerous with a used car sales business.
Well,
Uh,
some of these places can be gang affiliated.
yeah, I was thinking that, or organized crime, mafia,
Well, either way, sounds like they're sort of going against their own word or oath, and I'm not particularly fond of that.
neither am I.
Take it these people who've been scammed tried the Met already. Met equals police.
I actually don't know if the Met's been involved. Also, I rarely... The people that I know, the people that get in touch with me, either tend not to want to get the coppers involved, or don't care for them.
It's not.
Also interesting that I said coppers and the caption said police. Interesting.
Excuse me, captions. That is proper British.
Oh, British.
Don't you dare Americanize coppers. Anyway. Well, I mean, I do not have anything else to do because I'm 99% sure I didn't get that job that I went to the interview for earlier.
Oh. Well,
It's
that is
really hard to
unfortunate.
pass an interview when you have a stone dog following you that you just cannot explain.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh
And the
dear.
interviewer gets really annoyed that you can't explain it.
Omnos is
Right.
sort of chuckling to himself.
That is unfortunate, yeah.
Yes, it's
Gon
very
looks
funny.
sad. Gon looks sad. Like, I can't help it.
It just sounds like, I wish you could explain too. I mean, anyway,
Right.
I also don't want you getting hurt, so sure.
Well, I appreciate that. I am confident in my own like skills to get out of places, but also it is something that I am.
You can't guarantee that. No.
Yeah, it's a bit too big of a thing that I don't want to go in without any backup. That's kind of the thing. So I appreciate you wanting to help. Looking over at Lou and Omnos.
Yep. Count me in, he says and stretches.
Well,
Beats being some sort of ferryman for old druids.
You do have to you have to tell me how you get involved with them. I'm curious.
Get involved with what?
Druids.
Druids?
Oh. Well, it's probably the closest I can get to my heritage. He says with a very bitter tone.
It's like, I didn't know they were druids.
I don't know if that's the proper name for them, but Miss Che mentioned, like, always calls them the druids, so kind of picked that up.
Neat.
My idea is to check out Action Autos this evening. I'm sure we can get some hot soup at the kitchen first.
Yeah, right. I'll have to call my uncle, but yeah. I don't know if you get I don't know if you get phone signal in another dimension.
Actually, that's a good question. And Virginia also... Yeah.
Pulls out his phone and is just checking if you get phone signal in Terra Incognita.
I'm trying to take a look real quick. I will say for right now, given that no one has a relic phone, I will say that for right now, with the type of aspect that you guys are at, it's like half a bar of 1G at best.
Oh.
But just as it's like, I'll wait till we get back.
Probably a good thing, yeah.
Oh, nice here. Quiet.
Yeah, the air's much better here than it is in,
Yeah, it's breathable.
Yeah. Storyteller, do you have a specific borough that Ginkama is located in?
I do not, because I did not do anywhere near enough looking into
No
London
worries.
itself.
And
Did you say Camden?
Camden.
Camden, okay.
That's my suggestion.
Sounds good to me. Y'all, you definitely know this place better than I do.
I've been there.
I've been there several times.
Yeah.
You literally, I'm gonna describe something, and if it makes sense, and you guys say, "Oh, it sounds like it's here," it's like, "All right, cool, perfect." So,
Camden is very much central London.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in the middle of everything, so we can get everywhere easy.
Perfect. Especially if you're using it as kind of like a HQ or a meeting up spot.
Yeah.
Sounds good then.
Yeah, it kind of touches the... wait, no. Barely... would barely almost touch the Thames, but just not.
It's in spitting distance. And there's like underground resources you can use. So
yeah.
But then those are everywhere.
Given that we live in London as characters, we probably all have an Oyster card.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't we?
Well, you two do.
Yeah, technically I don't.
Right, Omnos doesn't. Never mind.
You just have very easy access to it.
Yeah, you do. It's very convenient.
Very convenient. I'm gonna have to
but
take
yeah,
a look at this for next time.
If Omnos wants to, lets us, then we can get back to the soup kitchen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you hostage here.
This time, I
hope that when we get there, Miss Cheer isn't going to ask any questions.
Don't worry, I have an excuse.
Hmm.
I need you to take Gone out. Sorry.
No, I have a better excuse. Don't worry about it.
But no, like everything's done. Miss Chie does look like she's looking around for you for a little bit
Okay.
when you guys return type of
Lou
thing.
makes a show going, wow, it's really cool in there. Never seen
Okay.
anything like it before.
She kind of laughs and shakes her head for a little bit. So, Virginia, what was your friend? Your what was that all about? The person, she kind of gestures towards the front.
So, it's kind of a extra thing I might work on.
Just Googling something real quick.
Like I don't really want to I don't want to lie to her but I also like I feel like this is the sort of thing that she doesn't want me to be involved in very much either.
It's like the aspect about it, and it doesn't take much for the other two here to kind of pick up on it. But after Virginia says that, she just inhales really deeply and just lets out a low, very fed up sounding moan.
Look, it's a
Thing. I know, I
you'll
know, I know, I know. You don't have to justify it. We've had this talk beforehand. That's okay. You know how I feel about it. We don't need to beat this dead horse.
right. It's a good cause.
I'm sure
That's-
it is.
And I'll be
It's-
fine. I'll be fine.
It's
Don't
less
worry.
about it being a good cause and it's more about the possible dangers of doing such things, type of thing.
I'll be fine. You know the tricks I know better than I
know.
do.
I taught them to you.
That's the point I was trying to make. It's going to be fine, Miss J. I will be fine. You really don't have to worry.
No.
Besides, I've got my friends here, and I kind of like put one arm over Lou's shoulder and one arm over Omnos' shoulder,
Ah.
and like
you would have probably a hard time.
that is true. You're tall. Darn it. Then around your waist.
Yeah, because it's like 190 plus.
Right. Yeah.
So that happens, and then the quiet exasperation of I've already done this has shifted to the I haven't talked to you two about it yet though.
It's just like, hello, it's my first day.
Oh dear. So do you think I think we should get like a table and get some food, right?
Well, I'm not going to tell you no to that. Everyone's going to get food for helping at minimum. Lou helped. Omnos always helps. You know how it is. Sit down. We'll get you taken care of.
Thank you.
Mm.
I love you.
That she just that's kind
That's a
of
bit too
okay. I'm
much, isn't it?
exasperated, and I accept this. I'm waving you off right now. I'm going to work.
As she goes, Liz is gonna say through his teeth, wow, she's mad.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm in trouble.
Omnos wants to smile, wave, and say, "I'll keep him safe." Try to reassure.
You're trying to keep Lou safe?
No.
You don't want
Everyone.
to be safe.
Virginia.
Okay,
Oh,
fine.
no worries.
I see how it is.
But she begins getting to work, preparing for the lunch rush. It is soup. It's definitely a more hearty soup at the moment, high in calories, high in protein type of
Mhm.
thing. Fresh ingredients, obviously. I mean, a lot was just brought in, type of thing.
Wait,
So
what kind of soup?
it's a very hearty soup, closer to a stew type of thing, full of
Ooh,
carbs, full of proteins.
is it going to be
Um,
like uh, vegetable soup
there's
or
there's there's vegetables in there as well, especially because
There's
a bunch of
probably an option of vegetable soup or soup with
Mhm.
meat in it.
chicken
Probably
soup?
red meat, most
Oh,
likely,
red
but
meat. Ooh. They're I'm now thinking of like a good thick goulash soup.
less of a goulash, more of a stew. Um,
Oh, so an actual goulash, not a soup.
yeah,
Ooh.
it's very brothy. There's lots of vegetables in
Ooh.
there, potato related things. Very soft, tender meat or no meat, if that's
I've
your
already eaten, but
perspective.
I'm hungry now.
I do my best to not describe this, but everyone insists that I describe the food. It's happened twice on my Thursday game so far. So, um,
When we sit down, Lou pulls like a round rock out of his pocket and feeds it to Gon.
um,
It just crunches really loudly and then it's gone.
yes, it is very hearty and it is very good.
Mhm.
It's
Did anyone
literally
want?
just so that he feels involved.
Yeah, he definitely looks sad if food is had and he doesn't have any.
Oh no.
It's not begging or anything like that, but it's just kind of sitting there and it's like
I want to be involved.
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to
But
do the steps.
is there anything that anyone wanted to talk about with each other or
Lou at
address?
first wants to call Sifu Shan
Mhm.
and say that he's not going to be around for the training tonight, probably because he's got to help someone with a thing.
Um,
Yeah, I
I
suppose
know that.
Omnos should also notify the druids that they're on their own.
Yeah, sure, no problem, man. We got this taken care of. Like, actually, Lou and Virginia, if you would like to,
Mm-hmm.
you may roll cunning or manipulation to kind of get a feel for it, and culture checks as Omnos talks with and addresses the druids.
Yeah, I really want to see what's their deal.
I got a success.
I got two of them.
Okay. Um, how to phrase this? With a couple of successes, one or two of them. The best way to look at it
Mm-hmm.
is I don't know if either of your characters would have been involved in regards to somewhat religious practices with people who are kind of well liked in the community or seen as prodigies. I don't know if it's like that over across the pond, but there have been people who are kind of like very valued or like put on a pedestal by these communities that I've seen, type of thing, where they're like kind of embody the aspect of their faith, type of thing, and are
Mm-hmm.
praised for it. And if you, I don't know if you guys have seen them when they're kind of being talked to in a regular setting, but how these people kind of defer and talk to
Right.
these individuals. You guys are getting that vibe on a grander scale when Omnos is talking to Reese and the rest.
Right.
That being said, I don't remember if Jin is a strict uh, master about things.
Let me go double check.
He's traditionalist. I know that, but
He's probably okay with Lou skipping like one or two sessions, but like more than that in a row and he'd get mad.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So as he's sitting there and has the like as the conversation goes, is everything okay? I know we've kind of got that thing going on around here.
Yeah, no, it's something to do with. It's just a favor, really.
Okay. Well, if things get too out of hand,
I
let me know. And
swear the bicycles will be fine.
I mean, they kind of chuckles a little bit at that. And he goes, I mean, you're very talented, but we do prefer non-violence. We're not trying to go on
Well,
aspects of it. But if you,
I'm hoping it'll be fine. No problems. I'm hoping.
if it isn't, give me a
I went to
call.
another dimension today.
You want to have this? Oh, okay. I see that we don't want to talk about that right now. What do you mean another dimension?
Someone opened the door and it went somewhere else. It was nice, actually. Very nice place.
Huh. And yeah. Hold on. And he kind of puts the phone off to the side. Is like, yeah, no, another. Well, hun, like I understand that. What do you mean stuff like that? It's okay. I'm gonna have to talk about this with your aunt real quick. Go ahead and give me a call when stuff happens. We'll take care of what we need to take care of in the morning. I love you.
Alright.
Be safe. And he clanks up.
Yep.
Um,
It just kind of sinks in his chair a bit, just like, thanks for the day.
um,
Yep.
Not even over yet.
Reese is just like, oh, absolutely. We can find our way back, no problem. Do you need us to give you anything before we go, or anything like that? Do you need? Well, I don't know what it is that you're doing, but if there's anything that we can do to help before we leave, please let us know.
Hmm. Would they have anything that I foresee us having use of?
Well, you did hear that it was dangerous, so I mean, to be fair, this could be something for one of those relics that I gave a suggestion for, if you wanted that. Um, Given that relics are holy objects, and they would probably have access to that. Um, the uh, Heck, if you wanted to sit there and have a change of clothes, they could go grab that for you. I mean, to be fair, wearing robes and stuff like that, as you take a look around in this area, is definitely standing out.
It's a very alternative fashion.
Yeah, I suppose I'll go with a change of clothes anyways.
Right, absolutely.
I'm sure we
And
have something in the lost and found here.
They can do it.
trust me, it would be our honor, as he says to Virginia, and goes, okay,
And
we'll go ahead
Omnis
and
kinda rolls his eyes.
Okay.
It's just like, they always like that.
Yup.
I
Okay.
see.
but they will go forward and then eat and go get Omnos the things that Omnos needs to blend in. It is probably very plain. It's probably like a plain long sleeve shirt type of thing because it is early spring and a bit of a muggy day. A pair of jeans type of things, and they weren't sure what your shoe size was, so you are stuck with whatever shoes you were wearing before.
Well, probably something comfortable. I don't know.
Probably.
Self-made leather boots or something.
Possibly.
Okay. But yeah. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to handle before
Lou realizes
investigating?
that he doesn't.
Yeah.
He and Arnos haven't like been introduced to each other yet, so he'll just hold a hand over to him and say, Lucian, by the way.
Omnis, and he shakes the offered hand.
That's an interesting name.
Yeah. I'm Virginia, you both know that already.
Yeah, we've met.
Sorry, I felt awkward.
That's fine.
But yeah. So did you guys all want to go investigate the place together, or did you want to? How did you guys want to approach as you guys approach the? Go ahead and exit that.
I tend to approach these things by going and trying to like dress up a bit, either as a cleaner or as someone that um wouldn't look out of place at a business like that.
Okay. Probably want to get some information first, type of thing, because
Yeah,
it's not a large dealership type of thing.
right.
You
Okay.
definitely got that type of feeling
And
beforehand.
then I do want to like scope out the place
Okay.
from a distance, kind of check to see like if there's people there, what they look like.
Out.
Yeah, exactly.
So Omnos or Lou, is there any way that you guys want to approach this?
Well, Lou has no idea what he's doing, so
Yeah,
I'm
I'm not
gonna
sure.
watch people going in and out and see if any of them look shady.
Okay.
I mean, I suppose Omnos could try and, I don't know, ask questions, but I don't feel like he has enough information to start asking questions.
No worries. No worries. Okay, so we've got scoping out the place and looking at people generally. About how long do you guys do this out of curiosity, and about what time do you head over?
I was thinking couple of hours, 2 or 3, and leave there, like head there, be like after dinner.
Okay.
That is
So,
evening-ish, I guess.
okay. Sounds excellent. This is going to be good for you, Virginia. If you're just trying to scope out the place, kind of get the feeling, get the vibes of it, see if there's like security or things like that, go ahead and roll a cunning and subterfuge check.
Hey, I like those.
Lou, as you are scoping out people, I will go ahead and
4
let you do
successes
a
there.
cunning and integrity check for that.
Oh, integrity, I'm good at that. 3
Ooh,
successes.
very nice.
Okay. So as you kind of take a look at the place, it is a small building. What you see is primarily 3 people that are on the what's it called? That are on the premises at a time. There is a mechanic, and there are 2 people that are sitting inside. One of which is an older gentleman, balding, relatively short, a little bit hunched over, type of thing. And you see someone that's probably a little bit younger, scruffy faced type of thing, wearing a hat aspect to it. And sometimes he goes forward to the garage, sometimes he comes back, type of thing, as you guys are taking a look around. As it gets later and darkness comes over, Lou, you do see a couple of shady figures that come in and talk with this gentleman. This isn't including like some people who are coming in regards to business. Some people do leave with a vehicle. Most people do not, type of thing. But yeah, you do see about 3 or 4 people go in at once, and they sit in there and talk for a decent while before the 4 leave. And then, as it's getting relatively late, at this point, the other 2 individuals come out of that area. The mechanic's locking up the garage. They lock up the main building, head
Does
outside to the gate, close
Does
the
the
gate.
4 get in a car?
The 4 did not get in a car at the area.
Okay.
at the moment. Actually, if someone would like to roll me, actually, someone who hasn't rolled at the moment, Min, why don't you roll me a D100? We'll see if there is a different type of event that happens.
A D100, you said?
Yeah, luck check.
E.T.
Right, that's good. What you do notice is some of the people that have the people that have come in and have given cars type of thing. In regards to normally are people who don't have like other cars of their own or something like that. The four individuals pull up in a car, go inside, talk for a while, and go ahead, Lou, since you're looking at people specifically, go ahead and roll me a cunning and subterfuge check as you're trying to spot something.
3.
Excellent.
Nice.
One of them had a bag that they came in with. The bag clearly has a decent more weight in it. For the moment. And they leave the vehicle there.
Hmm.
Okay. So we'll take some notes on his phone about what they were up to and go back to observing.
But yes, about at the end of the day, that's when you see them kind of go forward, lock up the various doors, and then they leave the premises for the moment. What would you like to do? Or do you want to wait the time? Do you want to scope out some more, look for other information?
I do want to look for more information, but so far, Virginia, her idea of this situation is I need to get in there unseen rather than like find a find like a disguise and a reason for being there, so that if get spotted.
Lou's gonna point out the suspicious people to Virginia. Be like, hey, these guys are weird.
Very odd. One moment.
We do have 2 days before meeting up, so you can
True.
get more information.
That is true.
This like that again, type of thing. So.
Yeah, I think I'd want to. I'd want to use the time to also stake out the place during the day, see how things are going, and then maybe early on the day before meeting Nani again, I would want to go in and pose as a prospective buyer.
Okay.
Just checking, see if there's any cars that catch my eye.
Absolutely. Omnos or Lou, is there anything else that you guys want to do over the next couple of days?
Did I get a good look at any of those guys' faces?
I don't know. Unless I have. I don't know. I don't think so.
No worries. What are you trying to gain from looking at these guys' faces?
I want to know if they're part of the gang that I know about.
Okay. I want to tell you roll culture rules for that, but that necessarily wouldn't work. You know what? What I could do instead for that is give you, as you're trying to recall information or see certain aspects about them, make an intellect and subterfuge check.
Intellect.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
That's not bad at all.
4 successes on
Ooh,
4 dice.
Impressive.
very good.
The thing about smaller gangs type of thing, or like gangs that aren't quite as big, is they have less, like, depending on what they're doing, varies in regards to their identifying factors. You did catch, with 4 successes on one of these people, a familiar symbol or color that is normally associated with that gang.
Right.
Is it any particular gang?
Well, your client's the right word is right. It's working with some dangerous people.
Like, would I know of this gang?
Make an intellect and culture check.
Intellect, culture. Well, I am very good at intellect. Here's hoping. 1 success.
This particular gang is kind of like, I guess it's kind of regularly dangerous stuff. It is kind of hard to pin down types of things. I wouldn't say necessarily that this one stands out to you. As mentioned before, you don't really deal with a lot of very dangerous people. You
Yeah.
work in the gray area of the law type of thing.
True.
There are a bunch of assholes who primarily operate around where I live.
Hmm. Let's see.
So they're also the ones who I got in a fight with recently.
Huh. I see. On a scale of 1 to 10, how dangerous do you think they are? Like, 1 being no worries, we can take, yeah, you can take them in a fight any day.
Depends on how many of them are there. Those 4,
right.
I don't know, maybe 4.
You do recall the story of Lou beating up 3 of them with their own bicycle.
I do.
Like I said, depends. I know they got 1 or 2 scary guys, but I haven't seen them.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah. Okay. So you wanted to kind of scope out the place in the morning. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for, Virginia? And I don't know if Omnos might be like, you know what, I'm on my own in the middle of a city. I'm gonna go do stuff. But I don't know if Lou's looking for anything particular either, or if Lou is joining Virginia these next couple days.
I'm happy to ask, like, Miss Che would probably have a place where Omnos could stay.
Absolutely, she will like make room for Omnos in a heartbeat. It's just kind of like, oh, you're staying here, and you get to sit there and experience things without Grease, like trying to make it so that we have the best experience possible. By all means.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is a second story to the build to Ginkama, but that's normally people don't normally go up there.
Yeah.
So there is rooms up there and stuff like that.
Sounds good.
Blue will probably help out Virginia if she wants help with things.
Yeah, like, I also want to see how the business is run, like, during the day, when the public can, like, get in.
Okay. Excuse me. Sorry about that.
Bless you.
So do you go around opening time?
For the second day, like
Yeah.
after this evening, yeah. I would still keep it at a stakeout.
Okay.
And then the morning before meeting up with Nani, I would want to go in to really like talk with the people.
Okay. If you are trying to not be hidden, you may give me dexterity or presence subterfuge checks to try to blend in with the crowd. Whichever one seems good to you guys. If that's what you're taking a look here.
So I do want to keep hidden for the stakeout on the
yes,
first.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then again, depending on what you're looking at, if you're trying to look at specific people, we'll go ahead and make that the cunning integrity check. If you're trying to get an aspect in regards to how it's ran,
Yeah.
since it's more how it's ran and less the getting information about like security and stuff like that, I would say that could be a leadership role if you wanted to. Cunning as well.
Cunning leadership.
Or an empathy role as you're trying to read specific people that are coming out type of thing.
Yeah, I want more, like, I want to focus on the leadership of the company and see about that. So cunning leadership.
Yeah, we'll do cunning leadership for that.
Ooh, 4 successes.
Okay. But yeah, if you are keeping an eye out for particular individuals, again, shady individuals, again, that would be the integrity, cunning integrity.
Integrity.
You're looking for something else. 4 successes. All right. Excellent.
Nice.
Perfect.
And if I see those 4 guys again, I want to specifically like watch them inside as much as I can and see like how their relationship with the people who work there is.
Okay. So you guys wake up early, and head over. And as you're sitting, watching in your various places, kind of a stakeout, did you guys want to keep hidden away from these people?
For stakeout, yeah.
Presence or dexterity and subterfuge, please.
Okay. That would be dexterity subterfuge for myself. And 2 successes.
Rolling very well.
Not bad.
Just making a private roll for myself real quick. Excellent. Okay.
All right.
Good to know.
Am I there and rolling or not?
Do you want to be there and rolling? What do you
Sure, but
Feel
this
free
is
to
not gonna
join.
go very well.
Okay. Yeah, dexterity or presence and subterfuge. Okay. So,
Oh well,
Scion.
presence could have been better, but yeah.
So Scion itself is more built for the players to win. You are the children of gods telling your story. So, with this, I will let you guys know. If you want to try to be more stealthy, Omnos, you can spend momentum if people are okay with that. What momentum is it's kind of like a shared willpower pool.
Okay.
Every session you'll start with 6 willpower because that's the number of players doubled.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
And
did you say I could do presence and something instead
you
of
want to do present subterfuge instead?
Yeah.
Go
I
for
think
it.
so, because it's a slightly bigger pool anyways.
I see.
There we go.
Ooh.
Okay. But yeah, if Virginia or Omnos wants to spend momentum, they can. The way that you guys get momentum back is not by resting or at the beginning of sessions. If you fail rolls going forward, you get a momentum back each time.
I see.
So, if you guys want to spend momentum to make sure that you're not seen, because
Nah, I'm fine.
that's fine. You're fine. All right. Virginia, what about you?
I think I would want to make sure.
Okay. How many momentum would you like to spend? And as long as everyone else is okay with that.
I'm
And
fine with him.
what happens if I spend 1?
If you spend 1, you get to roll another d10.
Another d10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I want to
1
spend...
dice per point of momentum.
I would want to spend 2.
Okay.
I just want to see how this works. So.
Mhm.
Roll.
I figure that this is a
2D
great way to go for it. So
2d10.
roll 2d10. Yep.
Ow.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. No worries. No worries. I am very lenient when it comes to spending momentum, especially because you guys get it back. So if you decide, okay, I rolled 2 and that didn't work, and you want to roll more, go for it. I don't care. You get rewarded for spending
Should
momentum at the
I?
end of the session anyway. To be fair, if you do it and you get 3, then the only person that they'll see, if they see anyone, is Omnos.
Okay. I
Just
will.
throwing that out there because Omnos is at 2 successes.
I will roll another die.
Okay.
No.
I guess they want to keep you at 2. The other thing that
Apparently.
I like to sit there and do this with momentum is they only rolled 1 success, so you guys were fine from the beginning. But I had to get the mechanic out there somehow, and so I figured that that was a good way.
Fair enough. But mean.
Yes, absolutely. Spend your resources. Spend your resources.
Are you allowed to roll momentum after knowing the result of the roll?
You are allowed to roll momentum after. So, you may know the result of your roll. If you want to spend momentum after I tell you this, or like in stressful situations of combat, I'll let you do that type of thing. I don't know if it's necessarily a house rule or anything like that, but generally it makes sense for the whole anime, and then I pushed myself even further beyond aspects for this game. So, I will allow it after you know if the roll succeeds or fails. Same thing with like willpower type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as you guys are taking a look at things, what I will say that you guys see is shortly before opening, as you guys are getting into position, the other 2 individuals, the 2 individuals in the main part of the building show up first. The older man and the young scruffy-looking person. Shortly after they show up, a very, I'm not going to say very fancy, but definitely more modern car than what's on the lots and what you would expect from this particular area shows up, and a large man in a suit steps out with 4 successes. I would say, Lou, you definitely notice. Actually, both of you got 4 successes on those.
Yeah.
I would say that you guys notice that he has a case.
Okay.
And he steps in, is in for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, comes back out without the case, gets in his car, and the car drives off.
Does he bring out anything else?
As far as you guys can see, no.
Okay. And what kind of case was it? Like a briefcase or?
Closer to a briefcase type of thing. Handheld case. Like a personal case.
Like a metal, like an aluminum case or
No, just
leather bound?
Black leather bound case.
Okay.
But as the day goes by, you see some people who definitely know what they're talking about as you're taking a look at the leadership stuff, specifically Virginia. Again, this is just me going based on my experience with a similar place. The first red flag that you see is people are not test driving these vehicles.
Okay.
The second red flag that you see is it's normally people who look unsure that are giving their things. When somebody who looks like they know what they're doing and trying to find, say, a steal or stuff like that for cars comes in, they leave shortly after having a conversation or looking at the vehicle themselves.
Right.
There are some people who are like ecstatic that they got a vehicle because they got a vehicle at the moment, which could help in regards to what they need. But then you do see some people that do come in later and are kind of argumentative or going back and forth with the owner.
Okay.
At the end of the day, Lou, you see 4 different people. You do recognize same symbol or color. You see 4 different people walk in, talk for a little while, and then come out with a full bag. You said that you wanted to see the type of relationship thing?
The sort of temperament of like, do they get along very well? Is this like an extortion thing? What?
As you get close, like as you kind of go forward and try to get a good idea about this, I'm gonna have you make another cunning and integrity check real quick, or subterfuge, your choice.
I think I'm better at integrity.
Okay.
2 successes.
You don't get the idea that these people are what's the word I'm looking for? You don't get the idea that these people are being extorted.
Okay.
It's not like a negative
It's
aspect
a
to
more
it.
cordial relationship than that.
It's like what happens as you're kind of taking a look in regards to it is these people walk in. The older gentleman goes in the back and they're having a conversation with the younger gentleman, and it seems to be cordial type of thing. Maybe a little less formal than purely professional, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But the old man comes out with one of their bags, hands them their bag, and they leave.
And they again don't get back in their car.
This time they do get back in a car.
Okay. Make notes again. Go back and tell the others. It's like, yeah, they clearly get along.
Oh no, so you sound like you're scrapping for a fight. At least a little
I
bit.
am.
Well, like making sure that people are doing what it is that they're supposed to, type of thing, keeping their word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't like it when people don't keep their word.
Especially since Virginia asked, go ahead and roll me. You're good at this. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, no, you're good at this. Go ahead and roll me an intellect and close combat roll real quick. Just to get at
Intellect
other
in close combat, you wanted?
Yeah.
Alright.
As these people are being
Nice.
pointed out to you through different means, or people are kind of talking as you're also sitting there and watching in regards to it, you're not sure about the fancy dress dude. Not sure what his whole deal is. You're pretty certain if stuff hit the fan, maybe you guys would get a little hurt, but you could definitely take out everyone else there if things hit the fan.
Yeah. So I'll look at my companions and say, well, I think we could take most of these people pretty easy if it comes to fight.
Ooh. All right.
Probably. And then he shrugs.
Part of me is just like some of the culture shock stuff, but I'm just like, you went from wearing robes regularly and you've been wearing like a long sleeve shirt and jeans, and it's like, doesn't move that well.
Certainly different.
But yeah. And then the last thing that you said that you wanted to do is the day of before you approach Nani, for instance, you wanted to go in as a prospective customer.
Yeah.
At what time do you go in?
A little before noon,
Okay.
I would say,
Okay.
so that I can still get back to the soup kitchen for lunch and meet up with Nani at the cafe,
You want us outside as backup just in case?
if you'd like. I would welcome it, yes.
Liz never wait outside as backup,
Okay.
just in case.
Excellent. I'm gonna look at your knack real quick. Yeah. Just to make sure, because I know you got some pretty
I'll
neat
send you
things
back in
here.
a bit.
All right, sounds good. Okay. So, you head inside. As you go in, is there anything that you do to yourself before you head inside to disguise
Um,
yourself or anything like that?
yes, I think I would wear less flashy clothing. Like currently I'm wearing a little bit like punky gear. So I'm going in simple shirt, skirt, yeah, just like I'm going to disguise myself as what I imagine a London university student looks like.
Okay. So you head in, and you see the two figures that you expect to see in this building.
Mhm.
And the older man turns to you first and goes, "Oh, well, hello there."
I do want to spend one momentum
Mhm.
um,
Spin.
for my knack.
Okay.
Make it seem, make myself seem a little bit less conspicuous, less rememberable, like memorable. Yeah, that's the word.
Okay. All right. That sounds excellent. So, as you guys, or so as you head inside,
Mhm.
the kind of looks you up and down type of thing. Um, Trying to figure out what a good area is. You know what? No, screw it. I'll just give this stuff to you. Some of the things that you notice first is it's a little cluttered in here.
Okay.
Like it seems more like it's cleaned up for common guests type of thing.
Okay.
Like if you see your family relatively often, I don't know about you, this is what I do. I make sure that the surfaces are clean, that the stuff's clean type of thing.
Oh
But
yeah.
like if I've got my remotes weird in an area type of thing, or if I've got like some extra blankets or something like that, those may be on the chair or on the couch. They're not in the way type of thing because I've gotten
Mhm.
that up, but it's definitely more cluttered looking than you'd
Yeah,
expect a
I know
pleasant
that feeling.
establishment to be. The other aspect of something that stands out to you is a faint smell of nicotine and tobacco.
Okay.
I'm back.
Welcome
Welcome
back.
back. I marked it on your sheet since you were keeping track of it. Virginia did spend a momentum to use their knack.
Okay.
So we should be at 2 at the moment.
That is correct.
Okay. With that, I kind of look around, see the cars that they're advertising. Um,
Is there anything that you're looking for?
yeah, I'm looking for like to buy my first car.
Understandable, understandable. Well, we do have a decent selection here in regards to things. Is there any type of features or anything that you look for? Albeit some of these are going to be a little bit older, some of these are going to be, a little bit out of date in comparison, so you're not going to get necessarily the GPS and rear cameras in regards to things, but
No, I'm not
we can
looking for
see what
that
we
kind
can
of
do.
thing. I'm looking for something like something I can use for a couple of, years. Yeah, something that just works,
Yeah,
Uh,
understand that. Well, we
and
do
like,
have an in-house mechanic that does take a look at a lot of things here, so we'll do what we can for you.
oh, nice. That's awesome. Like, I'm
Seems
looking for something that I can like use in case I'm like moving. I don't really have a lot of stuff, so but like some boot space would be nice. Um. Uh. And wait, is boots British or is trunk British? His boot. Okay, good. Yeah, just like something to move people with, you know?
Understandable, understandable. Well, name's Earl, and I'll be happy to have you take a look at some things. And he kind of gets over. He's a little bit taller than you, closer to
Uh-huh.
like 5'4", 5'6".
Okay.
In nonsense units. But does have a little bit of punch to his back type thing. Uh, but he holds out a hand to
Mm-hmm.
shake.
Okay. Yeah, shake him, shake his hand, and like
Firm,
if he
quick,
wants
jerk
to.
type of shake.
Okay. If he wants to show me around for some like some cars that are available, then I'm just playing the eager, uncertain customer.
Understandable with that. He definitely kind of goes through. Give me just a moment. GBP to USD. Okay. Okay. So he kind of goes forward and shows you a couple of sedans since you're looking for more space for cars type of thing.
Mhm.
Older things, probably about 10 to 20 years old. The 10-year-old stuff was probably reaching about like he quotes you around 4,000. The stuff that's older than that, he quotes you to about 1,200 type of thing.
Mm.
He definitely kind of goes forward in regards to some of the basic stuff that you could easily look up online.
Mhm.
But it is mostly sedans, at least at the moment, given that you do have the appearance of a college student, so it's just kind of like more fuel efficient type of thing.
Mhm.
Uh, the SUVs, if you do end up going to that place, he will tell you that they are, what's it called? That there's more space, they may not be quite as efficient in regards to it. Do work well when it gets all snowy and stuff like that, but
We don't see a lot of snow here.
True.
But those couple of days when it can snow, it will be very useful.
A couple of days in March when it snows.
Yeah, exactly.
okay. But yeah. Is there anything that you're looking for from this gentleman as he's kind of explaining?
Kind of like how he. I don't want to antagonize him, but I also want to see like his response in case like he brings up a like a good pitch, and I'm like not really into it. What his response is.
Okay.
Also, just like, is he trying to scam you?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make that a cunning and empathy or integrity check as you're trying to read this.
Cunning, empathy, or cunning integrity.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be very good. Only have 4 dice there.
By all means, in regards to the system, you can throw out suggestions, and we'll see what happens.
No, like I don't really see anything that it could reasonably be.
Sure.
Though maybe cunning subterfuge, like knows like.
Okay, so you want to try to see, you want to try to use subterfuge to see how he responds, type of thing. Kind of
Yeah,
read
like
the technique that he might try.
Like the technique that he's trying on me.
Okay, go for it. I'll allow it.
Okay. That's 3 successes.
When you show no interest in regards to things, he pauses for a moment, kind of reading you type of thing, and then attempts to shift gears towards something else type of thing. As you're kind of reading into his words, you do notice a lot of repetition in regards to things.
Is he trying to make me answer like innocuous questions with yes?
Not more trying to make you answer innocuous questions with yes. It's more the type of sales pitch that he's going in regards to it. The more that you spend with this gentleman, it's more that he's trying to make people feel okay in regards to what he's selling, and he's primarily trying to sell it.
Right. Okay.
It's not that he's trying to con you into something. It's not like this is one of the Tuathas Fae that are trying to sit there and get you to agree to something type of thing. He's not being... He's pretty easy to read when it comes down to it.
Okay. Okay. And with that, after seeing a couple of cars, I do like show some interest in the smaller models. Then it's like they look good. I just need to figure out to get like the finances straight. These seem a little bit over my budget. But I think we can work something out. I just need a couple of days. I'll be back and see how we can get on.
Understandable. Here, I will go ahead and give you a card so you can go ahead and give me a call when you're ready to sit there and make it. I cannot guarantee that this vehicle that you're looking at will be here, but we do get a decent amount of stock, so we will be able to, I'm sure, find you something that fits your needs.
That's absolutely understandable. I wouldn't begrudge you if the cars are gone, but I guess that's just your business. But thank you very much, and I take the card and look at it.
Send Virginia a text saying, can you get brief descriptions of all the cars you've looked at?
Okay. When I see that message, sorry, friend, just like type in a K and send it back. Put my phone back and put the business card with my phone. What's the name on the business card?
Earl Nason.
Earl Nason.
E-A-R, yep. I totally didn't try to sit there and figure this out for far much longer than I should have.
Earl Nason. Thank you very much, Mr. Nason. I'll be seeing you soon then. Thank you very much.
All right, sounds good. You have a good day.
Thank you very much. You too. And I head back out of the store.
Okay.
Out of the showroom. As I do so, I do take out my phone and start giving like very quick descriptions of the cars that I've been looking at.
Okay.
I am going to cross-reference those with any news of like missing or stolen cars.
Okay. I want you, just to see how much information you get in these pictures, Virginia, to roll me, what would this be? Go ahead and roll me an intellect and technology check. This is not electrical engineering. Intellect and technology.
Okay, yeah. 4 successes.
Okay. Excellent. That is going to knock down the difficulty of this by a lot. You're looking for missing or stolen cars, Lou?
Yeah, there's news about
Okay.
any of them that might match descriptions.
Cunning and subterfuge check.
2 successes.
Okay. So, the best thing about certain vehicles is where the vehicle identification number can be. And that is put on a lot of aspects of paperwork. And so while you yourself don't necessarily know the ins and outs of what to do, it doesn't take much time to, if you're looking at things and you can toss in a VIN, to get some of them that are put on there. Some of these that Virginia has sent are not stolen. There has been a couple that do ding on stolen vehicles.
Is one of them remarkably similar to the one that the gang showed up in the first time we saw them?
Since you asked, indeed it is.
Okay. To say, yes, some of those cars are stolen, presumably the ones from the gang.
Oh dear. Okay, well, there is that. One way of getting the Mets' attention.
Well, we don't have any hard evidence to go to them with, but it's at least a start.
I think
I mean, we could tell them that we suspect they're stolen cars, and then they might do a raid.
I think I want to talk this through with Nani as well. But I think I want to get in there and actually check their paperwork.
Okay.
Okay.
That's something that I wish to discuss with Nani over coffee in the afternoon.
Hey, you're the expert at this.
Understandable.
Wouldn't say I'm an expert.
Compared to me.
I would say like I've had some experience, and by some experience it was like I've done something similar once before.
Okay. But as I'm taking a look at the clock, as you guys go forward in regards to Nani, I understand that it's adjustment to a new system and all that. But I do think that given the late hour for some of you, it probably is a good time to call it as you guys are going forward to visit your contact here. And then this will give you an idea for maybe some short-term deeds or maybe a band deed that you guys can talk about elsewhere. That being said, I hope that everyone has had a good time talking about or at least seeing this new system. It's still pretty early, but we'll see how it goes. It's definitely nice to try new things. I have been the storyteller for the evening. My name is Alvarez. With me today, I have had the somewhat awkward Lou, being played by Keistrith.
It's my first day.
Playing the fixer, so to speak. Virginia, I have had Netherlet. I almost called her Charisma.
Always a pleasure.
Playing the enigmatic Omnos, I have had Min.
Well, neither me nor my character really knows what we're doing here, but that's okay.
But that's okay.
We're learning.
We're having fun.
Yeah.
All right. And we will catch you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
And that was the premiere of Scion Divinity Reborn. Of course, it like most of the stuff still seems rather mundane, but I am sure that we are going to get into the swing of things very, very quickly when we play next time. I've been the Netherlad. I am the Netherlad, and I will be the Netherlad for quite some time. Next stream will be tomorrow, and I'll be doing some prep work for my D&D game on Saturday, Aether Peak. It is going to be very, very interesting to figure out what I'm going to be doing. And then, of course, on Friday, we're going to go and have another Sakuna stream, which is going to be lovely, lovely time. Thank you all so much for hanging out and being here. I really appreciate that, especially on like a premiere such as this. With that, I think we should do a little bit of a raid. Do you think? I think so. If you want to join the raid, you can use this message. If you have a sub, you can use this message. If Nightbot wishes to join us, that would be grand. Thank you. And I think I'm going to jump in on a VTuber sibling of mine who is currently playing Subnautica Slithering Sizzle. That would be... Wait, why? Oh. Ah, yes. That's the message for non-subbed people. So with that said, thank you all so much again for being here. I really appreciate all of your presence, and I will see you soon. Take care and good night, good day, or whatever time zone you find yourself in. I hope it's good. Bye.